The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Now for the first time, we get to see this Philadelphia offense led out by their dual-threat quarterback now in his third season, Jalen Hurts.
And he certainly had his share of struggles in the opener, threw a couple of ill-timed interceptions in the game. So that was something that was harped upon all week in practice. Because if he's going to help this team be a winning one, he can't give the football away like he did last week.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Our game here, the Vikings and Eagles, the second of two on this Monday night. The Titans and Bills kicked off a little over an hour ago up in Buffalo. And this, our only Monday night doubleheader of the season, but rumor is might have a few more for 2023. It's a gain of 16 and an Eagle first down. Well, the first drive here and the first time that we've called a big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter because that would draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers are getting involved as this game goes on.
Here's Hurts to throw. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's third down. They'll fake the give to Sanders, and now Hurts. He's got his man. It's the tight end Goddard. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 39. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down. The Eagles are 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1, and they were able to get that road victory in the opener, and now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
Hurts. He finds his tight end Goddard. That's complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 21. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against him.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end Goddard. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. Interesting decision here. Opening drive, Charles, 4th and short. You're in field goal range. We'll see what they do.
I just shake a fist at my offense and say, go get it, guys, because if you can't pick up 4th and short here, we're probably in trouble the rest of the game. Show some confidence, show some aggressiveness, go pick it up.
Here we go.
On the sneak, it's Hurts. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28. Sets up to throw it. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Watkins. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that's going to bring up second down. Hurts going to take this himself. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Throwing is Hurts. This is caught. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. From the gun, it's Hurts. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Eagles put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. They scored the most points of anyone on opening weekend, and now first quarter touchdown here.
And while there's no guarantee that all the points they score in opening weekend are going to hold up and be the average all year long, they're certainly starting to set that type of a pace. And what you do with that is you put in the heads of all of your opponents, we've got to really be ready on defense because these guys know how to put the ball in the end zone.
Do you think they can keep piling on the points like this?
I think they can if they're prepared to adjust and adapt because they won't see the same defenses week in and week out.
The Vikings offense coming out for the first time, and in his 5th season leading this crew, coming off his 3rd career Pro Bowl nod, Kirk Cousins.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around. Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. The Vikings with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter. The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. Cousins now. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. So on 4th down, Ryan Wright on to punt for Minnesota. The back deep for Philadelphia, Devontae Smith. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return, and the Eagles will have it taking over 1st and 10. So here are the Eagles to take over. Last week, good result. They were able to beat the Detroit Lions, and now they are on the good side of the scoreboard right now as well. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It was Danielle Hunter to make the play in the backfield. So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the 1st down.
23 yards on the pickup there and a 1st. Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there.
And as a former defender, I can tell you with certainty, those are the ones that have you losing sleep at night. I would not like to be in that film room on Tuesday going over that one. Just a pretty poor effort defensively, and it leads to a big play.
And the next is the tale of how much yardage he was able to pick up after the initial contact. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move.
Devontae Smith's workload certainly didn't get any lighter going from being a Heisman Trophy winner at Alabama to his first year with the Philadelphia Eagles. 104 targets as a rookie, and his 916 yards, they were the most for a Philly wideout since 2015. They go to him there for a 1st down.
2nd down and goal. Hurts. And he delivers a strike complete to Watkins. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. This offense so far on third down, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and goal. Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. They'll be in search of their initial points in the contest, trailing 9-0 as they begin with a first down. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. They went 3 and out on their first drive. Things already looking better here, 1st and 10. Now Cousins. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Cousins to throw it. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And Daniil Hunter, he's the one who gets in there and brings him down to the ground. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And the Vikings are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys. Really. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
From just shy of midfield, Cousins setting up the screen for Cook. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. On 3rd down, Cousins. This one brought in by Jefferson. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. But now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, he certainly didn't like what he saw at all from the coverage. And he didn't even have any luck trying to get back to his safety valve. Give defense a credit. Coverage was in lockdown mode everywhere.
Cousins again. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chain.
I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play.
A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. Now Cousins. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. To throw is Cousins. This is intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And the Eagles are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. The one side gets an interception, but their defense comes on the field and picks them right back up by getting a pick of their own.
And I think you saw the same thing that I did, Brandon. As he ran off the field after making that play, we saw his quarterback seek him out and offer a personal thank you to bail him out a little bit as the offense takes the field again.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts. He delivers another to Goddard, complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. The Eagles will take their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And that will extend their lead even further. They already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout called. Final play of the half, Cousins. He'll fire it deep for Rager. And he's got it inside the 10. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
Joseph connects on the extra point. And that will take us to the end of the first half of play. Sorry, Coach, put a pin in that. We are going to move right on to the third quarter here. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. And the Vikings set to go on offense to begin the third quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively. Virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here third and long. They'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete. It appears they're going to come up empty on this first drive of the second half. Still down by that slim margin.
Yeah, and that's okay. You know, when you sit and analyze it, they're not happy about what happened, having to go to the bench. But this gives them a chance to let their defense do some work while they on the sidelines go over what they're doing offensively and formulate a proper plan.
It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. Play action. Here's Hurts. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
And he'll push forward for a couple to the 34.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Hurts dangerous when he runs that football. He's got a first. Looking to throw. Throwing for Smith on the out route, and it's caught. He's got room at the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. first and 10. It's Sanders. He'll take it inside the 25.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Here's Hurts to throw. And he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down.
That looked great when he first took off because, in my mind, there was room to run, and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with his 4th down call.
They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. On 1st down, Hurts. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And the Vikings are going to get the football back at their own 17. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 5 there as the safety blitz winds up paying off. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Throwing, Cousins. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw, Cousins. Able to slither by. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. Well, this offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. They trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4. One quarter remains here as we wrap up the week. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the 4th. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Cousins. That's complete to K.J. Osborne. He's got the 1st down and more. Down to the 10. Touchdown. K.J. Osborne. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Vikings use the defensive breakdown to take the lead away here in the 4th. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. Cousins will try and throw. And he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their 4th quarter lead. So they make the decision. They want a 3-point lead versus a 2-point lead, and they got it.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, it seems like the exact right thing to do. Put a little pressure on your defense, but the biggest thing now is you're making the other team chase you.
And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. The pressure is on now. They're being shut out here in the 2nd half after a decent 1st half offensively. And they need their best drive of the game right here. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, to watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And he tries to keep the legs churning, but he's going to be stopped behind the line. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Hurts sets up to throw it. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. On the draw, here's Sanders. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the first down. He's able to chew up 8 yards on the carry there, but still, fourth down upcoming. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And this is caught. That's Watkins. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Hurts a handoff to Sanders. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
And he's going to get it down to the 33.
Were we surprised a little bit? 2nd and 1, they went quarterback sneak. I know it works, so it's not like I'm second-guessing it all, but I thought they might go with something else there.
No, I'm sitting here trying to think the last time I saw a 2nd-1 sneak. I can't remember any.
Yeah, it's a rare call because normally you're going to go ahead and use your back if you're going to run it or if you want to throw it, a little quick pop there. But in this case, just get in behind those big guys and pick up a first down.
And he comes back with one complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 19. And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw.
That nearly trouble, but it's incomplete. The rookie had it and lost it. And it'll be second down.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
From the gun, it's Hurts.
And he slings one that's incomplete. Less than 2 to play with just a field goal separating these two sides. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Back to throw. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
The kick by Elliott is good. And we are all tied here in the final stages. So a big kick to get this back to even. And now the worry is, did you leave too much time on the clock? Because another field goal the other way, that does you in.
You're exactly right. You didn't get it to overtime yet. So now as a defense, you got to think to yourself, you can't play prevent defense and just give up big chunks of yardage in front of you. But you also can't let anyone behind you. So you sit right on the line between the two, play the best defense you can, and not make it easy for them to move the ball downfield.
Minnesota's offense takes over possession. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
Cousins. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
Well, Fletcher Cox, he's been doing this for a lot of years, and another sack to his ledger there.
Third down, Dalvin Cook. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to fourth down.
And here's Ryan Wright now
as he's on to punt for Minnesota.
That's returnable now for Smith.
It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt. 6 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look. And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the safe calls to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
dancing to his left. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. Right now, everything resting on the right foot of Jake Elliott. This from long, very long range. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And that changes everything here in OT. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Philadelphia getting set to take the field.
And everyone knows the OT rules, Charles, but pretty simple formula. They go down and get a field goal, we continue play, but if they can find the end zone on this possession, ball game over.
And as meticulously as all teams plan for a game, I don't doubt for a second on that offense coordinator's play sheet, he's got some overtime plays that he wants to run. I know it sounds crazy, but they plan for everything. 1st and 10 all the way throughout the game, 2nd and 7, whatever. Right now, he's looking at that play sheet saying, if we get to overtime, what can we break out that they haven't seen?
Hurts. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. He did not have a catch till that moment. Pretty good time for his first one, though, here in OT.
I would agree with that. And just think about how they had to cycle through all the play sheets, right? Trying to find ways to get a lot of people to football. In this case, as you said, he hadn't had a catch all game. Now they find him in a key moment. Really well done.
A good pickup there at 22. Offensively, back-to-back, really nice plays. This defense, they've got 2 timeouts. Maybe should burn one.
Yeah, when you get back-to-back explosive plays, to me, anything over 10 yards, I don't care if it's a run or a pass, I count it as an explosive play. That sets your defense back on its heels. A timeout here would be a good idea to try and get themselves settled because we're in OT. This is big time.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. 54 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. 2 minutes left in this overtime session and still all tied. And they run the option here on 1st and 10. And he is going to lose yardage here. Credit Zadarius Smith, able to get through and make that tackle for a loss. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. This is Smith with a grab. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
Come on. Ready.
They'll run with Sanders. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Once again with Sanders. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And it's caught. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and a game winner in OT.
So it's the Eagles who get the win here, and the guy who really led the way was their quarterback.
It's the National Football League on EA Sports. Coming up next, we'll see Dallas Goedert.
It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Commanders trot to the field for their first possession, and it's the seventh-year quarterback out of North Dakota State leading the way. His third NFL team, Carson Wentz. Wentz first play going right to the air.
And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete.
A big game here for Carson Wentz. He mostly got cheers. Some boos smattered in when he was announced before the game, but 35-32-1 was Wentz in his 5 years as the Phillies starter. His best year, you remember that one, 2017, finished third at MVP voting, but a knee injury ended his season late and opened the door for Nick Foles to carry the Eagles to a Super Bowl title.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox.
And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football.
That's kind of a double whammy. I mean, the interception on the opening drive, that's one thing. But to give him this field position, that's another.
Absolutely perfect start for this defense. They take the ball away on the opening possession. They know that their offense will get the ball to start the second half. They line them up in field goal position. And to me, they got a chance for a touchdown right here out of the gate.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Throwing is Hurts.
Taken in by Pascal out left. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. That one good for 17 yards. And now they've got it 1st and goal.
Sanders.
And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Sanders again.
And this play is going nowhere as he dives to the ground behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
It'll be Hurts on the option.
And he's going to be taken down right at the line. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We're soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what, right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stick.
He will find Smith in the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great play there. His first touchdown of the new season.
And the Eagles take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown.
Elliott good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Commanders going to retake the field for drive number 2.
They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
The numbers from McLaurin a week ago.
4 catches, 60 yards.
And I'd certainly expect them to use him quite a bit because he runs excellent routes, has good hands, and knows how to get open.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Now Wentz. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Fletcher Cox in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down.
Tress Way on 4th down is sent out to punt. Devontae Smith deep to return. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. This is taken at the 18. Good open field tackling there. A 50-yard punt followed by just a 1-yard return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. That's into the hands of Pascal. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
Holding offense.
He's trying to protect his quarterback's blind side. Got nabbed for the hold.
You have one job over there. Make sure that man does not get hit. So if you have to hold occasionally, do so, because they didn't catch all of them. This time they did.
And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Up the middle they go with Sanders. The numbers for Sanders last week: 13 carries, 57 yards, and a touchdown as well.
They've won 2 straight games, and they've done it with the running game as the focal point of their offense. So in this contest, I don't think about doing anything else. I continue to ride the hot hand that I've established and lead with the runners.
And Hurts able to show off some of that elusiveness as he slides to the ground there, and in the process picks up the 1st down.
Here we go.
Here comes Sanders on the toss right.
And he stopped immediately there.
Cameron Curl with the tackle that time.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 2nd and 10.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10.
Smith brings it in, going across the middle.
He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down.
Ready. Ready.
They go back to the ground with Sanders.
And he goes down at the 26. A pickup of 13, and that last play began at the 13. 1st down.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29.
There's Anthony Hitchens working his way through and sticking him behind the line of scrimmage.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Hurts going for it all. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. On the option, it'll be Hurts.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will. They'll try to run it in, going option right. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles.
Jalen Hurts,
His 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year.
and the Eagles go up by 2 touchdowns. Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, and not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced to punt to get the ball back, and they've played awfully well in this one. Both sides playing at optimum level.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Some good games coming up here in Week 3, the first weekend of fall officially. And tonight, the Niners and Broncos from Denver. 49er fans are probably saying, wait, I thought we were done with Russell Wilson. No, they'll see him tonight. And then on Monday night, Cowboys and Giants from MetLife Stadium kicking off at 8:15 Eastern. On 2nd and 7, Wentz. And a loose football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Well, that's unfortunate because he had a nice run going, but give credit to the defense. They got a hand in the cookie jar there, CD.
You have to think about vision, finding a place to get down after you know you've gotten all you can out of a run, and obviously ball security is paramount. In today's football, everyone's coming after the rock. You've got to make sure you protect it and protect the yardage you just gained.
Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Now a 2nd down and 6. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. This will be caught just inside the 10. Touchdown, Eagles. Dallas Goedert from 13 yards out. And the Eagles have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Elliott good with a PAT. And that makes the score 21-0. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And the drive was all finished off on the touchdown catch by Dallas Goedert. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think...
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble.
This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamin Davis. And the Commanders are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. A good starting spot for Washington as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. So after the INT, here's Wentz. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And the Eagles are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts. He finds his tight end Goddard. That's complete. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Here's Hurts to throw. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They'll look to throw again. It's caught on the right side at Smith. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 18. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. That is caught. It's the tight end Goddard. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. The kick by Elliott is good. And the route is on. It's 24-0. So 3 points on the board, as easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the fourth quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. So here are the Eagles to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Open man is Goddard, the tight end.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he could break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. On the sneak, it's Hurts. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. He'll wind up getting 2 there as he does it himself and picks up the first. They'll run with Sanders up the middle. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. That good for 19 and a first down. Play action. Here's Hurts. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Smith. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Goes right back to Smith again. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
Now Sanders. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 46 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. Hurts sets up to throw it. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So they're going to decline that and choose to bring up 2nd down.
So did you feel like maybe this is just a mistake that they don't take the penalty
Possibly.
here? Either that or they feel like their defense just cannot be moved on very well, and they'd rather go ahead and use the downs.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Miles Sanders, his second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Eagles take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This fielded right at the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. First possession of the second half now for Washington. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL. Let's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. It'll be a gain of 11, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
Let's go do this.
Wynn's going to try and throw on 3rd.
Got this complete to Jahan Dotson.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
A give up the middle to Gibson.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Wentz now to throw.
Looking for Dotson, and he's got him.
And he has another first. Ball down to the Eagles' 38-yard line. Working from the gun, Wentz. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Darius Slay with a pick.
Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the third quarter, it would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day. They're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
Sanders here as they run out of the gun. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 3rd down, they turn to Sanders. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Five-yard punt, just 2 yards there on the return.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. This is caught by his tight end, Logan Thomas. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. Throwing is Wentz. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, you know, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. from the 40 now on second down. Wentz. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. The offense on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. To throw is Wentz. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And he finds McLaurin. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10. And Thomas has it. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. To throw again on second down. Wentz. He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown, Washington. Curtis Samuel. 47 yards. And the Commanders are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead is down to 24. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Eagles dodge a bullet. They cover it up. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down. Second down, back to Sanders. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down. They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Well, so much for that possession.
Yeah, I think he tried to do a little too much there, partner. He tried to keep it himself. Ended up getting buried in the backfield, and that brings up 4th down.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they've had that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Washington offense set to take over again. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Wentz now on first down. And incomplete on the deep ball. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Wentz. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Wentz can pull it down when he needs to, and the 6'5" quarterback picks up the first down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Commanders football as we get back to it. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. On first down, Wentz. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
Talk about 2 sides of the ball at cross purposes, because mercifully this game's almost over for the offense, but the defense, they still want to get a few shots in. That front 7, they've loved this ball game. They've been able to pad their stats, and maybe some backups can get in and get a sack as well.
Meanwhile, Wentz's throw taken in by Samuel. Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Now Wentz, gotta have this one. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. That one looks like he'll throw here. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. They have been unstoppable this afternoon, Charles. They just went after them from the start, and pass plays like we just saw. They're continuing their dominance here despite the big lead in the fourth quarter.
And that they have in every way. And plays like that across all phases of the game, they've just been effortless for them in this one. And that's what's helped them build such a large lead and allowed them to smile as this game continues.
He's got it. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Elliott good with a PAT. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.